I look skinnier when I stand up.
Listen.
You bring the drums, I'll grab the mic stand. Let's hit the road, jump in the tour van.
Frankie and Judy were working on something.
We're the misfits, don't give up, saying what we wanna
Now I'm playing
say.
her son who does music.
We're the offbeat, don't need a place, I don't know the rules to play.
I think we're back. I think we're back in the living room. Welcome back to the Living Room Radio Show.
Hi, everyone.
It is May 9th.
It is. Oh,
And-
it's my aunt's birthday. Rest in
I don't
peace,
know
everyone.
what national day it is today because I didn't look it
Forgot
up.
to look. I meant to look.
But it's starting to get warm out, so it's a wonderful thing.
I have to tell you. I was on my little boat today, getting it ready. I think it's going in the water on Saturday. And the weather, the breeze. I was so happy.
I know, it's
And
amazing.
it made me just realize, you know, we're always all rushing around and trying to get everything done, you more than anyone, because Lori's like the Energizer Bunny. But just being on that little boat, cleaning,
I
and
know.
the nice weather, it just made me realize that maybe we don't have to shoot for getting it all done and getting
I
all the
know.
big things and having everything. The little things really.
Well, when the sun's shining,
make
it's
you
very easy to
happy.
focus on just the little thing. But when when you haven't seen the sun in 3 months,
Exactly.
basically you're just miserable and you want to blow your head off. I
It
mean,
made me just so happy.
so happy.
Just I felt it inside me.
Yeah, me too. I actually spoke to my original, I call her the OBFF, my original BFF, Stacy Bernstein, on the way to work this morning. We were talking about a bunch of things, but primarily the weather, because she's in Florida. And I was saying, you know, she's from New York, and I'm like, Stace, remember when you lived here and it sucked for like 6 months? That's as far as I'm going to go with the cursing today. I'm really going to try to calm myself down. But yeah, so it's warm out, and I wore a dress to work today, and I'm wearing today something from Lola's Lip Book that I bought.
We
How
love
cute is this
Anne-Marie
thing? I love
from
it. I love
Lola.
it.
You've all met her.
It's very Stevie Nicks, but I love it. So Friday night, we had, this was like an off-the-cuff type of thing. We started out, we were going to have Lola's Lip Book at my house for a girls' night out.
And if you don't know, Lola's Lookbook is a boutique on wheels. It's a truck and it's a store inside, and you go shopping. She comes to you. There you go. There's
Yeah.
Lola for those of you watching.
She
and
comes to your
Anne-Marie's
house.
terrific.
So we were going to have Lola's Lookbook. Christine and I were going to do this together. And then I said, well, wait a second. If we're going to have Lola's Lookbook, we might as well have another truck. So we had Kristen from Elegant Eats come. There's the shot of you and Kristen in front
Oh,
of the
look
truck.
at that. Fabulous food.
Yeah, so Kristen came
Healthy.
to my house. And Rob's familiar with Kristen because basically she's a hot piece of ass. Oops, was I supposed to say
She
that?
actually dates a guy I grew up with.
Oh, stop. it.
Yeah,
It's such a
yeah.
small world.
It really is.
But she's really good. So one day Rob is over my house. Oh God, we can go all over with this. But Rob Sividanis is in the
It was
house.
a pool day.
It was a pool day. And Kristen said, I'm going to tell you right now, you have to be a really secure 50-year-old woman to romp around in a pool with a 32-year-old. With your husband. Okay?
In a bikini.
In a bikini,
Ah,
because
you look
it's
crazy.
it's crazy. But anyway, so we had Lola's Lookbook. Kristen came with the food.
You're a cougar.
And I'm a cougar. And I cougar females, obviously. And it was a fabulous night out. We posted so many pictures, and I'll post them on the page. But it was a great night, right?
It was a lot of fun. I loved meeting new people. And,
Yeah, and it was like
the clothes
light
were
and-
fantastic.
And
the
she
weather
did
was
well,
good.
right? She
Yeah.
did. Lola, Anne-Marie did
Yeah.
well. Kristen did well. Rob's
was
got a
terrific.
shit-eating grin on his face because I'm talking about Kristen. Look at that face.
You had a little crush?
Got a little.
Who wouldn't?
Who wouldn't
Yeah.
have a crush? She's a hottie.
Very true.
She's a damn hottie.
Beautiful
So
girl.
we had a great night of shopping and drinking, and just my mom came. It was wonderful.
Oh, it was great to meet your mom.
Yeah,
really
right?
great
She's
to
a
meet
lot
a
of fun.
sweet lady.
We got to get her out more often. I just want to remind everybody, I know there's got to be somebody out there listening. I don't know how many of you are out there, maybe 7 or 8, but there's got to be somebody out there listening to us. And if you are, I just want to say this. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're really trying.
And
so,
and hey, if you have something to say, call in 516-945-9099. We'd love to chat with you.
yeah, so just so you guys know, Christine and I are from Massapequa Park, and we both lived here a long time. Christine twice the length that I've been here. And we are in a little studio in Massapequa Park, off of Broadway with a back entrance. It's a tiny little place, and I just want to say, like, we want local people to come on the show. So, you know, we've had a couple of women not want to come on because they feel intimidated. It's a tiny little room in the middle of nowhere, and we have
living room.
about 9 listeners. And if you come on the show and you share the videos with your friends, it's possible that we can get 11 listeners. So we really, really would love for you to come on. And on top of it, we want to support local businesses, and we want to
Very
support.
big about local business.
Yeah, and when we say local, we mean Long Island. So if you're in Smithtown, if you're in Rockville Center, wherever you are, I just wish that we could like drag you in, because we need ya.
And come and just check it out. Be in our audience. We always have people here. We're talking about things.
Yeah,
you don't
we're-
even have to be on camera if you want to just check it out.
Yeah, it's
come
just
on down on a
anything
Wednesday
you want
night.
to talk about, any business you want to promote. As a matter of fact,
We'll give
Christine-
you wine.
Yeah, we'll give you wine. Christine and I are going to be launching a new program that we'll talk about probably next week. But we really, really would appreciate you guys watching, and for the few people that are watching now, thank you. So I just wanted to say that. We are on Facebook and Instagram and all that good stuff. So last week, was it last week? So what was it last? It was 2 weeks ago we did a show here. And there was a young guy here that was checking out the studio because
Oh,
he wanted to
right,
bring his show
right.
here. And his name was Rudy. And we just got off talking, whatever. So let me backtrack. 2 years ago, Benny Rizzuti asked me to do a radio show in Huntington. And for about a year, I told him, no. I just was intimidated to do it. So I'm following up with what I was just saying about people being intimidated to come here. I just was like, what am I going to talk about? You know, whatever. So I did about 3.5 minutes in the stand-up world. I just wanted to get experience with it. I took the class at Governor's, and I did it for a lot of reasons. One, to just, you know, my son was leaving for college, and I didn't want to slip my wrists, and I needed something to, you know, take up some time. And another reason was, you know, I'm not great at public speaking. I know that might be shocking to you, Christine.
I'm actually pretty good when I'm speaking on a topic. I mean, I used to give training workshops for state education, so I'm good with that. But I'm not good on the cuff. That's
like the thing with us. Like,
we
she's like
balance.
the brain. She's like the brain
Well,
behind it all. With like,
well,
and I'm just like the
too
one
crazy.
shooting, you know, from the
Yeah.
hip. So it's a perfect
I'm
thing.
a planner with that.
Like, she'll
this
be
kind
like,
of thing.
Lori, you know,
Yeah.
what you said in the
And-
first segment was totally incorrect.
And if you think intimidated, think how I was when you asked me to do this, because
Yeah,
this was not even close to being a bucket list item for me.
She was a
At
stan.
all.
So needless to say, Benny was asking me to do it. It took me a while to say yes, and I'm bringing this up for a reason. So I finally said yes. I did it. Had a great time. Lo and behold, fast forward, here I am. I have this and I've met a ton of people doing it. I met Christine doing it. We knew each other, but we weren't really friends. I asked her to be a guest on the show, and lo and behold, I was like, she was like the one I clicked with the most, and I asked her to come back, and we're doing the show together. So Rudy was here 2 weeks ago. He asks me to be on his show, and you know what? I was like, I don't know if I should do it. I don't know what it's about. And then I said, you know what? I'm just going to say yes. And I'm bringing this up for a reason. Because at 50, 52, 55, you know, if you're not going to say yes now, when are you going to say yes? You got to try stuff. You got to get out there, because I look at it like this. I ramped up for 50 years, and now I'm ramping down. So if we don't do it now, when are we going to do it?
I've said yes to more things in the past year and a half than I have my entire life.
And that's
So.
the thing. So, and I went on his show last night. I had an absolutely fabulous time. I met girls that were, so this was the really crazy thing. I went to Nassau Community College 34 years ago. So that's where his radio station is. So I walk on the campus, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm having flashbacks of sitting on the quad, you know, in Cluster C. I mean,
What kind of show is it? I mean, it's just a
it's a
general chat?
happy hour, and
Okay.
it was just a lot of fun. It was very fast paced. You had a lot of guests, a lot of topics, games. I mean, it was a lot of fun. But I ended up meeting these women who were like, one was 16, one was I think 18. They were students at Nassau Community College.
Excuse me, you're women at that age?
They're women. Well, this is the funny part. One of the girls, she's a singer. That was PC in the background. She's a singer, And we asked her what her song is about, and she's like, well, it's about my journey. We're like, journey?
Journey.
You're freaking
She's
16? What
16.
kind of journey could you be on? I mean, if you're writing about your journey now, talk
Well,
to me.
I guess she's
talk
at
to
the
me.
beginning of
Oh,
her journey.
she was awesome. But the point I was trying to make with the whole thing is, for women, like the women that we've asked to come on the show and haven't wanted to come on the show, if there's something you want to do, look, I ran my first marathon at 49, almost 50 years old. I wanted to do it for a long time. Say yes.
You know what I said yes to in July, right?
What?
Do you remember?
Oh, wait, she's going to be doing a Tough Mudder.
I'm gonna do a
Christine's
Tough
doing a Tough Mudder.
Mudder.
We're going to get you in a Tough
Are
Mudder,
you
Rob.
doing the Bethpage one?
No idea what the hell you're talking about.
Oh, join
Oh.
our team.
We're going to get you on
Okay.
a Tough Mudder.
Okay. I mean, I can't even. I
When is it?
July 22nd, I think, at Old Bethpage. It's a half, 5 miles. Again, phew,
Yeah, but-
not even close to being a bucket
But
list item for
you
me.
gotta say yes
But
to
I said
stuff.
yes.
You gotta do it. And I
I
can't
said
wait to
yes.
see you do it. I have a bad neck, so I stay away from those things, but I'll come and watch you.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if I'm going to finish it. I know
You're gonna
I am
finish
committed
it.
to finishing it. I don't know how long it's going to
Who
take.
cares?
I don't know if I'm going to be able to do every single obstacle,
Doesn't
but
matter.
I am going from that
And more
start
importantly,
to
for you,
finish. And I can't run 5 miles. I'll walk when I have to.
that's not
but-
true. Wait, what does it say?
July 22nd,
Listen, we
I
could
think.
train for a marathon in 16 weeks. We could train you for 5 miles. I'll get you to
Oh,
run the
my
5 miles.
knees
I'm gonna
will
get
do it.
Rosa Saponara to get you to run the 5 miles.
I don't know if my
That's-
knees will run 5 miles.
No, I don't know about that.
But I'm doing this Tough Mudder, so
She's
say
doing it.
yes. Say
She's
yes.
doing it. So if anybody's watching out there, can you tell us, does this lighting make us look less haggish? Or do we still look like hags? I'm just
Stop
dark-
dissing Bobby's lighting.
I-
He's
I
doing
mean,
beautiful
I-
things for us here.
Bobby is pulling out all the stops so that we don't look like hags. But I'm having a feeling we still look like hags.
And
Can we get a
speak
comment?
for yourself.
You guys look great.
Listen,
You
it's all
do.
about the lighting.
Both
I mean,
Um,
hey, you know, we keep saying the spot that we're in Massapequa, we're at Paradise Studios, and Bobby Lucero owns the studio, and he's really good to us. They have an open jam night on Thursday nights. You know, please come down and have
And
some
listen,
fun.
and listen to the show
Great
after
little
us.
spot.
Dr.
Exactly.
Dr. Shonuff.
Dr. Sure enough.
He's
yeah.
he's awesome.
show enough.
Show enough.
Shonuff. Shonuff.
You gotta
So-
cut the hand movement
so
with
Oh,
that.
no, no R. Show enough.
It's
Oh,
Shonuff.
Show enough.
Not-
It's
Okay.
like,
not
it's like
sure
that
enough.
song. It's like that song we were listening to last night. So, something there. So anyway, I go on social media, which I do kind of like once, twice a week, just to ask about certain things, and we'll get to the one you asked at the end.
Oh,
because-
okay.
But I just laughed. So I went on and I said, for many years on Mother's Day, I got talked into, persuaded, dragged, kicking and freaking screaming out to dinner with my 2 little kids on my lap, one pulling my hair, sweating my ass off, at a dinner table, choking down a meal that I didn't even want in an overcrowded restaurant with overpriced food, just there shoving it down your throat. I didn't even want it. And every Mother's Day, I did this for like, I want to say 11 years, to the point that I just couldn't wait to get through it. All I would do is drink wine through the whole dinner, just being like, when is this going to be
When is it
over?
gonna
I
be
mean,
over?
I've never done anal sex, but I can imagine that it would be a lot like anal sex. Like, is it almost over? Am I almost done? I mean, that's all I'm saying. I could just imagine that would be like. So at the end of the day, about, I want to say, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, I decided I am not doing it anymore. And I shut everybody down. I said, you're not tethering me to, and for everybody that knows what I do for a living, I run a tax grievance company, so I'm in front of 2 computer screens for a big portion of my day. So if anybody knows me, they know that that's like caging a lion. So the last thing I want to do is be tethered to a dining room table, listening to like mindless conversation for 4 hours with kids crawling
With
on me
kids.
like I'm a jungle gym. Anyway, so I broke out of that, and I was able to say I don't want to do it anymore. So for the last 5, 7 years, I do what I want to do, which is basically pop a bottle of champagne and peter around in my yard and do some
Peter
gardening.
around?
Peter around?
Peter
Tommy
around?
around.
Were you there?
Tommy around.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. Unless he's serving me drinks, he's not coming. So I wanted to know, like, do other women suffer through Mother's Day the way I suffered through it for many years? So I went on social media and I asked. And at the end of the day, I got over 70 comments. My question was, what do you really want to do for Mother's Day, and will you do it? Because what you really want to do, it's like what you really, I always say, fantasy versus reality. What you really want to eat and what you're going to eat. I really want like the 4 slices of pizza with the pepperoni, the sardines, and everything else, but I really have a piece of grilled chicken. So what do you really want to do for Mother's Day, or what you're going to do? So over 70 comments, I would say the majority of these women basically just wanted to stay home, lay around,
Not
chill
do
out,
anything.
braless, take off the
Not do
bra,
anything,
hang
not
around.
pick up a coffee
do
cup,
nothing.
not hear the word mom 800 times.
Yep.
And then I have heard other women though, and there were only a few that kind of said this, but nobody was nasty. I've heard some women go, I'm a mother, of course I want to be with my children on Mother's
I want to
Day.
be with my children too for about 7 minutes.
Exactly. And we're with them.
While they're feeding me.
We're with them every day.
Yeah.
So if Mother's Day is a day for moms, we should be able to relax.
Yeah. And
Not
honestly,
be in charge.
and the truth of the matter is, I don't need an obligatory holiday to be with my children. I'm with
Exactly.
them all the time.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
so I wanted to say,
A lot of being alone.
yeah, a lot of being
Lot of
alone.
being
And I
alone.
also wanted to say, just for any men out there that might be listening, there was not one woman that wanted to lay around naked and have sex all day. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
If anybody
Not
thinks that.
there was not a one.
yeah.
Not one woman said, I really want to lay around in my thong and have a man all over me all day. No, not one, people.
Yeah.
So there
No,
you have it.
It
Okay?
was mostly be alone.
So
And I get that. I love alone time. Do you like alone time?
Please.
I
of
love alone
Have you
time.
not met me? I mean, my God. Me and Lola. So I just wanted to put out there that I think the ultimate Mother's Day for myself and many women is the night before, you have somebody come in, you clean the whole entire house for
Oh,
her, okay?
for sure.
So the house is spotless. The next morning, her refrigerator is stocked with good, healthy food, some really expensive dark chocolate, and some champagne. Then you make her a fabulous breakfast, and you have
It's all
breakfast.
good,
You
sounding
have
good.
breakfast with the husband and the kids for about, I would say, 22 minutes is enough.
22.
At which point you all get the hell out of the house and let me lay around and just chill and do what I want. And this would be me, pretty much, all day. I would be binging The Housewives, Sex and the City repeats. I mean, it would just be all day. It would be, you know.
I love how you infused all healthy, what the hell, the healthy food in the fridge. You went really fast. Stock the fridge with healthy food. Yeah, they don't want Ben and Jerry's. Come on,
I'll
really?
take a little Ben and Jerry's. But that's really what I would want. My ultimate vacation used to be, I wanted my husband and my kids to leave the house for a week. And I wanted the cleaning girl to come, and I wanted to get everything done, and then I wanted to be in my own house.
Okay.
So we're going to come back. Actually, no, we're going to go to Christine's Corner now. Right?
Okay. Oh, we are ready for Christine's
Yeah, we're
Corner.
ready. That was it. That's
Okay.
I had to get that out there.
Oh, look, we have a new sign that shows Christine's Corner. So, all right, so today, if you've ever watched the show, you know that I love clothes and I love shopping and whatnot.
No, not
And-
you.
No, not me. But most of my wardrobe, I think, is more classic, but I do like to infuse it each season with some trendy things. And I have been obsessed with what I call the Muppet jean. Have you seen them with the
Okay.
kind of really
No,
frayed
I
bottoms?
haven't. I see it now. Okay.
So I went looking for some, and they were like as much as $65. So
Okay,
I
I'm gonna
said,
keep- I'm gonna keep
I
my mouth
can
shut,
make
yeah.
those. I can make those.
Stop.
So there's some pictures going up, and if you see the first one here, those of you watching on Facebook Live, you start by just cutting off the hem, and then marking 2 inches up, and then cutting 1-inch strips up to that 2-inch line, and you can see
Wow.
that right there. The next thing you do then is turn it over, and you'll see little white threads. And with something pointy, I used a dental tool that I got, can you guess where?
Dollar store.
At the dollar store, and you just start pulling the white threads out. It's time consuming.
Did you have
I
one while you
promise
did it?
you it's time consuming. But I did it a little at a time. I'd keep them on the kitchen table while I was making dinner. I'd pull one thing. So it took me a few days to do them.
It kind of annoys me that that's the
And
time to do this. I almost
you
want
can
to bitch
see
slap
what
her
it
right
looks
now.
like there, those of you watching, and there's someone's legs who I got off the internet. But here's
That's
my
adorable.
result, if you
Love
can show it,
it.
Bobby. And I
Love it.
love them. I
That's
think they are so
adorable.
fun for summer.
That's
The
adorable.
Muppet jean.
Love it.
The Muppet
Absolutely
jean.
love it.
So that was a quick and easy.
And what are we ready for now? What are we ready
Well,
for?
you're taking the words out of my mouth because I was going to say
It's
I
time,
think I'm ready
people.
for some wine.
It's time, people.
Who else is ready for wine?
I am
Anybody
ready,
else
ma'am.
out there? So I was on Facebook the other day and I found this little meme about
Yeah.
wine, and I learned a couple of things. We
Tell
all
us,
know
tell us one, and we'll spit out the rest.
you
of
all
the rest
know
of the
that it
show.
makes us warm up, and it's good for your heart. But did you know that it actually makes you look more attractive?
Stop
So
it.
I'm
To
gonna have
myself?
I'm gonna have a bigger glass today.
Wait a second. Has it made you more
And-
attractive?
Well, because your
I'm the
facial
one that's getting
muscles,
drunk. It's gonna make other people
your
look more attractive.
facial muscles loosen, okay? And your cheeks flush with color, and you look more attractive.
Stop it.
And even better than that, I never heard this one about wine. There's something in it called ellagic acid. And
what
it
does that do?
dramatically slows the growth of fat cells and lowers your
Stop
risk
it.
of diabetes.
Here we go,
Type 2
people. I
diabetes.
got my 8 inches
So,
out.
I am going to have
Coming.
at least 4 inches of wine. Lori's got her 8 inches.
And who's coming back with us?
And we will be back right after our break with a very special, funny guest, Teresa Farrell, and she's going to do a little bit of stand-up for us.
We're gonna drink to it.
And again, I didn't mention that.
We're here right now to talk about Long Island Loyalty and what it means to shop local. Christine, do you shop local?
All the time.
You do?
I'm a big believer in shopping local and helping out the little guy. You get such much better service when
Yeah.
you shop at a little store versus a big Target or Walmart or something like that. And I'm not a big online shopper, so I love to shop local.
Okay, so we want to let everybody out there know on Long Island that there is a company called Long Island Loyalty. And what it is it's a company that when you go shopping, you produce this card to a participating vendor, and if you spend $100, you get 10% cash back on the card.
Every
At-
time you shop, you get 10%. So if it's a $40 sale, $4 goes back.
So and it
build it
builds
up.
builds up in your account on an app, or if you don't have a smartphone, you have your computer and you can access it from there. Or they give you a credit card looking card that you produce at a vendor, and the vendor, what does the vendor do? They take the card from you,
They
or how
have a
does it
little
work?
machine and they swipe it, if
Okay.
the card, or they scan it. The app on my phone has one of those little scan things. They scan it and you refresh your balance. And I'm looking at mine right now, and I have built up $45 towards a purchase. And what I'm going to do is save this for my hair.
That's
'cause
awesome.
The salon I go to takes it.
So I'm thinking that most people would use the app. So let's just do a little preview of what the app looks like. So basically, you sign in on your phone to it. You download the app for Long Island Loyalty. You sign in. And when you sign in, Christine was showing me how you can scroll down and you can see all the different types of businesses.
Yeah, there's a little search feature here at the bottom, and then the topics: aesthetics, beauty and wellness, business to business, decor, education. And there's a wide range of places that take it. So I've gotten to the point where I look first. If we're going out to dinner, or if I want highlights or whatever, I look
To
for
see
a
who's
salon or a restaurant, or if I want a
participant.
massage or a facial. Does anybody take it? Because if I spend $200 on a massage and a facial, I'll get $20 back on my card.
You really can't beat it. There's no reason not to do it. There is no fee. It's not confusing. It's not a scam. It's a huge business that's been created. And we were talking about it. You know, you can go on Amazon and you can buy something for a gift, you know, $100 gift. Or you can walk into a local gift shop and you can get the gift wrapped and you can get the dollars back on your app. And you can't lose any money doing it. It's not any more expensive to shop local. It's probably actually cheaper.
Here you go.
Hi, well, we're back in the living room, and I'm very excited, as I said before the break, to introduce to you Teresa Farrell. And Teresa started doing comedy back in the 90s, and she has been at Caroline's and stand-up, and she took a break when she had her child and got back into this with Bob Nelson about 2.5 years ago. And this Saturday, she's actually headlining at Governor's Little Room at 7:30 in the evening, and you can check her out there. But we're really happy to have her here today to share her talent and some fun stuff with us. So welcome, Teresa.
Thank you,
so much.
Thank you for having me.
Glad
This
you're
is
here.
great. This is a great studio. It's beautiful. Happy to be here. I am Teresa Farrell. I am one of those people who love winter. I love winter. I'm an exception because for 3 months I don't have a relationship with my razor. Yeah, don't. I just let everything grow. Just let everything grow. You know, I'm Italian, so it just it just grows. You know, you men grow that winter beard. Me, I just grow everything. And, you know, around now, I kind of look like Sasquatch. So I have to go out and get a razor. But, you know, I found out men don't care. They don't care if you shave or not. They don't care. They care about this area down here, right here. They don't care what's near it, what's around it. They don't care. Years ago, I went out with this guy, and we all know if we're going to give it up before we go out, okay? Yes, we shave if we're going to give it up. But I made sure I didn't shave because I did not want to have sex with this guy. So we go out to dinner. We had a great time. We go back to my house. You know, we're talking. The next thing I know, we're making out. It's getting hot and heavy. And I'm like, oh, my God, I'm going to have sex. I can't have sex. I didn't shave. So I said to him, wait a second. We can't do this. He said, why not? I said, because. He goes, Teresa, I know you for 8 years. I mean, I respect you. And I'll stay the night. I'm thinking, who's asking him to stay the night? So I said, no, I didn't shave. And he said, who cares? I said, who cares? That's disgusting. When was the last time you got laid? I'm like, that is gross. So I'm on this healthy lifestyle journey. Went to the doctor a couple of years ago, and he's like, Teresa, you got to lose some weight. You got to lose some weight. You're getting a little out of control. Diabetes, blood pressure, you gotta, okay, so, you know, yo-yoing my whole life, it, like, wasn't anything new for me. So I cut out pasta and pizza and carbs and doing high protein, and being Italian, that's not easy to do, but I figured, okay, let me get healthy. I want to outlive my ex-husband. Yes, that was a goal, to get healthy and outlive my ex-husband, who I call Splinter, because he gets under my skin and I can't get rid of him. A few women out there have some splinters, let me tell you. Anyway, so I said, okay, I'm gonna get healthy, and I'm working out, and I lost. It took me about 2.5 years, but I lost about 80 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm so excited now because when I look down, I could see my vagina. Like, I could see it. I know, isn't that great? I mean, I have one. I know I have one. I use it every day, but to actually see it, and I'm like, oh crap, I got gray hair. I got gray hair. That's not good. But there, you know, losing the weight, I actually only went down one size in my boobs, you know, which is kind of surprising. You know, 80 pounds and only one size. But I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining because there are pros and cons to having large breasts. Like when it rains, my feet don't get wet. And they can be used as flotation devices. But when I take off my bra, I look like my grandmother. And if I laid down on my back without a bra, I could choke to death. And my nipples are so big, you could hang your car keys on them. You'll never lose them. So I work out, I go to the gym, see all these skinny women at the gym. They're wearing all these motivational shirts. They're supposed to motivate you. One said, sweat is your fat crying. Like, that's not going to motivate me. One said, put the hustle to make the muscle. That's not going to work. I need shirts that say, get off your fat ass! Or maybe, oh no, you broke the scale again. But my favorite is, have you looked in the mirror naked lately? Yeah.
That'll do it.
That does it. That does it for me. So there's this new commercial that's out lately. I don't know if anyone's seen it. This is a new douche commercial.
Oh, gosh.
And this douche promises you to make you feel and smell like a new, like a real woman. Let me show you.
Oh boy.
I didn't know douches still existed.
Yes. You know, you're really not supposed to douche because Dr. Oz says the vagina is a self-cleaning oven. But there is this douche. Let me show you this commercial.
Doesn't it make cheese?
Rob wants to know if it makes cheese.
Oh dear.
Hello. Hello. Hi, there you are. Do you smell like a real woman? When you walk down the street, do men turn their heads and take notice? If not, try New Fichet by a reservoir. Yes, Fichet, ladies, makes you feel and smell like a real woman. Now for some quick testimonials. Okay. My ass isn't my best asset. Here we go. All right, this is gonna be me. Me in a few years. Not happy about it, but
Well, you are Italian.
what are you gonna do?
Oh, God.
Hi. 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 My name's Mary. Hi.
Hi, Mary.
You know, I haven't had to douche in over 40 years. But my husband says Fichet brings back such memories. Thank you.
Oh, God, just the thought of that.
God.
Hi. My name's Fanny. Fanny the Flag Girl. Yeah, you know, I work construction. And I'm the only girl on the job site. And, you know, these men, they forget. They forget they work with the real friggin' woman. So my girlfriend says, Franny, try this new Fichet. It's great. It'll make you smell and feel like a real woman. Try it. And you know what? This stuff is great. Because now they can never forget they work with the real friggin' woman. Thanks, Fichet. You're okay in my book. Okay, and for you Jewish women, we have gefilte Fichet. And for you Italian women, we have bacala Fichet. That's right, ladies. Fichet. Fichet. It'll make you feel like a real woman and smell like one too. Thank you. That's my time. I'm Teresa Farrell.
That was great.
Oh, Teresa, thank you so very much. That is terrific. Don't forget to check Teresa out at Governor's Little Room Saturday night at 7:30.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll be right back after another short break.
Hi, we're here today to talk about the unique company that everybody on Long Island should take advantage of. It's called.
Hi, I'm Roger,
And I'm Steve.
and we own this house together.
Zap My Tax was so successful with our tax grievance.
We saved over $1,700 in our first year alone. And now we're signing up again.
In fact, we are so happy with Zap My Tax, we decided to save even more money and use Zap My Insurance as well.
Zap My Tax and Zap My Insurance. Two great choices and two great ways to save money.
Guys, welcome back to the living room. We're just getting settled back. That was Teresa Farrell. What do you go by?
Teresa Farrell.
Teresa Farrell.
I'm Irish by injection. I married a leprechaun.
Yeah, I pretty much say that about the Macaulay.
Yeah.
Don't let the Macaulay fool you.
I know,
I'm an Italian girl.
100% Sicilian, but
Yeah.
we're going Farrell.
All right, so listen, we have another comedian in the house, Rob Sibadanis. I love just calling him Rob Sibadanes. I don't know why, I just love that. But Rob Sibadanis is here with us. He's just hanging on his stool with his mic. So let me ask you a question real quick before Christine takes over and we go into a whole nother way.
Mm-hmm.
Going back into the dating scene, how does that sound, Fichet?
Fichet, yeah.
Isn't it?
I'm not gonna go there. Yeah, it brings back memories.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. It's you don't know what girls go through before they're gonna go on a date with the whole shaving of the
I
legs.
just remember girls that drank a lot. It adds a new element to the Fichet odor. It's
Oh
just
my
pretty
God,
good.
really?
It really does.
This
yeah,
could be
yeah.
too much information.
I don't even know. I never even heard that before. That's crazy. Oh my
Very
God.
big.
Well, all
Very
right.
big.
Well, we'll have to pick up with that on another note.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
But that was
This
awesome. That
This
was
was
awesome.
so much fun. I'm so glad you're on the couch. I'm going
I
to chat
am
with us
thrilled
now.
to be here. I'm an exhibitionist who keeps her clothes on.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. Well, I have a question that I think you're going to have some good input to.
Okay.
You know, who was it? One a famous poet, Robert Frost, I believe, wrote in one of his poems a long time ago that good fences make good neighbors. But I want to know what you do when the crazy neighbor is across the street. Like, how high can the fence go in your front yard?
Right.
So,
right.
I mean,
Yeah, well, you
you
don't
like
wanna-
neighbors.
yeah,
I mean,
you
what is
don't-
it today about
Yeah,
neighbors? We just don't.
You know, it's a crapshoot. Neighbors is a crapshoot. You know, you think the ones that are normal aren't, and the ones that aren't are, and you know, you can't make yourself look like Fort Knox and put something in front of you. But it just reminds me when I was a kid. I grew up in Bayside, Queens. Give it up for Queens. And everyone was Italian on the block. So growing up, I thought everyone was Italian until I left the block.
Well, in Massapequa, they're either Jewish or Italian.
Right, right.
It's
So
matzah
yeah,
pizza.
it's great. It's
Yeah.
great. So to the right of us, you know, they were normal. To the left of us, not so much. The guy across the street, I'm still in therapy to today. I can't look at boxer shorts. He'd come out to take out the garbage pails in boxes. I mean, it was horrible.
And it's not like he was hot. I'm sure he
no,
wasn't hot.
no. And then to the left, there was a woman named Bella, who she was, you know, Bella means
Italian lady?
beautiful. Yeah, it means beautiful. And this woman really wasn't in and out. God forgive me, but it's not. It's true. And what happened was that the houses are very close in Queens. They're closer together.
On
and
top of each other.
at the end of our driveway and the beginning of her house, there was this huge shrubbery bush, huge, that it blocked the sidewalk. 9 years old, I said to my mother, you know, she really needs to do something, Ma, because you got to walk in the street. You can't walk on the sidewalk. So she goes, well, she needs to trim it. So the next day, 9 years old, I see Bella. I said, my mother says you need to trim your bush.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah.
That's a way to start it off.
Hilarious.
Yeah, she didn't think
She didn't find the humor in that, did she?
I think I didn't realize it at 9 years old either.
That's
but
great.
I
That's
think everybody
great.
has
I
a
don't
neighbor
know.
they
I
want
just
to
feel
show.
like,
Well, what is the particular issue with your neighbor?
oh, they're just, it's like a junkyard.
Oh,
It's
that's
everything
hard.
from throwing bread out into the street and you see little rodents coming and the
Stop it.
seagulls swooping
We have
down.
rodents in
The
Massapequa Park.
You think?
Stop it. Really?
The
In the
seagulls
street?
wait on their roof to swoop down
That
on
is
this
annoying.
bread that is
Oh.
all over the street, and it's just a shit show. And I
Wow.
don't curse that
No.
often. It's just a shit show going
That's
on
annoying.
over
I don't
there.
know what. Well, you could
And-
complain, right, to the town.
We may have to get to that point because I
What
know
about if
there's
you- what
some
if you
other
make
neighbors that
friends
are a
with
little
them?
upset.
Are you friends with them?
Well, they're not very friendly. I think there's some limited capacity going on. It's a whole story.
It's a thing.
I tried
And
talking
it
to a
just
neighbor,
made me
too,
think.
and-
I live in the house that I grew up in,
Yeah.
and back in the day when I was kids, our moms had coffee together. They played Scrabble on beautiful summer nights. That the kids, we were all out playing.
Till
Red
it was
light,
dark.
green light,
Yeah,
till
yeah.
it was dark, and Ringalivio. Remember Ringalivio?
Now they're smoking meth in the
Oh
backyard.
my God,
Yeah.
that's
Do you
right.
smoke meth? I don't even know, actually.
I have
Where?
no
Where?
idea.
Can I get it?
So, it's just so not like that today. Neighbors are coming and going, the garage
Yeah.
door opener, and people just whoop into their garage, into their house.
Yeah, but they do that
and-
for a reason,
Yeah.
because when they complain on you to the town, they don't want you
Yeah.
to know
It's like
them.
witness
Yeah.
protection. You don't know
Like,
who you're living next to.
I
Yeah.
felt really bad. We had a young couple. They've since moved, but we had a young couple a few years back. And I was working full time, and it was winter. I did not know this girl was pregnant until I saw the stork on her lawn.
Stop. But is that a bad thing?
And well, that's what I'm asking.
I don't
Is-
know.
is
I
it
honestly,
a
I have to
bad
be honest. I have a
thing?
great block.
I know you
I
do
have
a great block.
I
Great
get along with
block out
everybody,
here.
but at the end of the day, if I didn't, truthfully, well, whatever. I don't want to sabotage your.
No, you're
Yeah, when I
fine.
first
mean, we're
moved into the
chatting.
neighborhood, I worked in the city, and I was coming and going. I didn't care what anybody was doing. I remember actually talking about my neighbor saying, "I can't believe this woman comes out of her house looking like this. She looks like a pig. She's walking a dog. She's going up to the thing, her hair's on top of her head." Fast forward 7 years later, I got 2 kids. I'm walking the dog. I'm going with the hair on top of my head, and I'm like, Jesus Christ! I can't get anything done today with these goddamn kids. So I don't know. I mean, it just.
I don't know. I just think that has just changed through the years, and it used to be really nice to have that connection.
And you're able
it's a
to
little
talk
bit
to them. If you
sad.
talk to them and the neighbors behind us, the dogs bark. I mean, all the time bark. So I thought it'd be nice to go there and say to them, listen, the neighbors are complaining. I really,
I'm gonna poison your dog. No,
I'm
I'm
just giving
kidding.
you a heads up. Just giving you a heads up so you can do something about it. And she's like, you can't tell me what to do with my dog. And I'm like, you're right, I can't, but I'm just telling you what
I'm
to
asking you.
So if we were friendlier, maybe that conversation would be easier. If
So
we
listen-
knew that person.
Well, I have a text right here to my neighbor in my back of me because I'm inundated with schmutz from his tree. And,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's
Well, there
that's
you
a
go.
word, schmutz.
We've got that.
And it's every single day. It's in my backyard. It's all over my paper. So basically, I'm paying for a spring cleanup for his tree,
His tree.
and I'm paying for a fall cleanup for his tree. So, but I don't even care about that. I'll pay for it. But it's at the end of the day, at my age, if I haven't mentioned on the show today yet, I'm 52, and I have to mention it every show. I have to go out there and clean it. So I sent him a text and I said, you know, blah, 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 your tree is killing me. It's like ruling my life. Can I chip in with you? Can we cut it down? And he was like, I'll trim it back, but I don't want to cut it down. I'm like, why? What's it doing?
I don't know.
We
I
don't
just,
need it.
I just wonder if we should make more effort.
I'm sure I'm gonna get a tree hugger hating me now.
How much shade do you need, though?
You know what it is? I don't really think, without getting on a serious topic, I don't really think the builders who put in oak trees 50 years ago thought that they would still be here. Because now people put in pear trees, they put in cherry choke trees, they put in small trees.
Well, that's just
Those
everything
little
changes
maple-
over
See the way
time.
life butches all those trees?
Oh, I
The
hate
whole
what
thing,
life
you
it
walk
does.
down the
I
block,
hate it.
looks
This-
like lightning hit
This
every tree.
split,
Right.
Yeah, it's awful.
You
Tell
know
about
what?
that sign that I had hanging on my office wall for those years.
Yeah, it said, I'm selling my house, house for sale, I'm selling my house because my neighbor is an asshole. And it's true.
I don't
You
know.
at the
I
end
just,
of the day, it's.
at the end of the day, I wonder if we should make
You must have moved
more
a lot, huh?
effort to develop those neighborly relationships. But
And then
when
it
do you
turn
get
on
to
you.
the point where you stop being neighborly?
Well, I
That's my big question.
Well, when they sleep with your husband, I mean, at the end of
Okay,
the day,
I
you
am
know,
so not worried about that with this family.
you know, I was just listening on the way home from work about somebody was talking about Dr. Laura's show. It was a whole thing about how this woman had to see her neighbor every day, and the husband slept with the
Fooling
girl
around
on the
with them?
block.
Oh, wow.
So, and she had to see him. I don't know. I think I happen to be very lucky. I have great neighbors, but I could see how it could turn. Like that guy could have been really annoyed at me for saying that.
Absolutely, you don't know, and that's what I mean. So should we foster those relationships before there's a problem, so then it's easier to talk about?
I
That's
don't
my
know.
question. I don't know.
I don't
'Cause,
know.
you know.
We're in Massapequa Park right now. I have a neighbor that lives next door to me. We've been up and down on it over stupid stuff. I mean, got into an argument with him because he thought I intentionally let my dog crap on his lawn. Really? Do I look like a person that would do that? I'm out there catching her crap as it's coming out. I mean, if anybody knows with the relationship I have with Lola.
That sounds fun.
I know, it's a lot
Another
of
reason
it's a lot
I
of fun.
don't have a pet.
Get a dog. If you've wiped one ass, you've wiped them all. If you've had kids, I mean,
Oh, boy.
it is what it is. Come on, really? Are there any lines there? All I want to know is, Teresa, can you tell that I'm smiling and I'm happy today, or can you not? Has anybody noticed?
I can tell you smiling.
Lori's a happy girl.
No, I mean,
Lori
well,
did something new.
we want to take a break and come back with things we hate about ourselves and things we love about ourselves,
All right.
or I don't know how
Let's
much
do
time
that.
we have. 7:43. Should we take a break? I don't know. One of the producers in the house, he's telling me we keep going. So, can I go into this, Chris, or do you have another topic you want to talk
No,
about?
I'm good. I did
just
want
wanna
to talk to Teresa a little bit just about her background. I just wanted
Oh,
to,
absolutely.
her to be able to
Okay,
share
go
that
on
with
and
our
on about
audience.
Teresa like it's our
I
show.
share anything.
I mean, you
So-
ask a guest to come on and they totally take over.
So, in my introduction, as you told me, you started out in the '90s doing
Yeah,
comedy.
I started, how I got started in comedy was years ago. My two girlfriends, Betsy and Grace, said, Teresa, you're hysterical. And I was like, I think I'm okay. I mean, but, I think everyone has humor in them. It's just a matter of how they.
Some people in
We all
yeah,
have different
one
things.
way.
That's funny. Yeah.
Anyway, so
Rob's
exactly, 'cause
laughing.
what's funny to me may not be funny to you. So they give me this card for my birthday, and it says your birthday fantasy. So back then in the '90s, I'm thinking a night with Antonio Sabato Jr. And it ended up
Oh,
being
likey.
I love
I
him.
know.
I
he's
love him
still
too.
good
Who doesn't
too.
love him? Does anybody in the
I
house not love
him.
Anthony Sabato Jr.?
I don't know who he is.
Antonio
Oh, my
Sabato.
God.
Antonio.
Google him.
Antonio.
So they give me this 4-week comedy class to the Learning Annex in
Oh, what a
Manhattan.
great gift.
Yes, and I'm like, I'm not doing this. They're like, you're doing it. We pay for it. Blah, 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 blah. I do it. My teacher, Richard Minson, was great, and you had to perform 5 minutes at Stand Up New York. And my teacher says, all right. Back then I was Manzo, my first husband, and he's like, you're going up first. I'm like, I don't want to go up first. The more they drink, the funnier I am.
It's true.
And he's like, oh, you're the funniest one in your class. I said, well, does that mean everyone else sucks? Or am I that funny? He's like, no, you're going up, you're going up. And then I did it for a few years. I worked with some really great people. But it's very, very hard. It was very hard in the 90s for females. And you know
I was
what?
just going to ask you that.
It's still hard.
We were talking to
It's
Rob
still
about
hard.
this last
It's
week.
times like this I wish I had a penis because it's much easier when you're a guy in the comedy world.
Rob,
It is.
City,
It just
give
is.
a kickback to that.
It
Yes,
just
it
You
is.
wouldn't need to do
No, it is
either.
tough for women, and there were more rooms back then too, even than there are now.
Absolutely.
So-
There's comedy clubs that I played at that do not exist anymore.
Not your fault.
No, not my fault. I did not close them. This is true. And then I had my daughter. I took a break. And then about 2.5 years ago, Bob Nelson put on Facebook that he was looking people to do improv with. And first of all, I love Bob Nelson. I've always loved him, and I'm like thinking, this is great, improv is great. So I went down, and then I started getting back into it about 2.5 years ago.
And you don't know Rob?
Are you loving
I'm
it?
shocked that you don't know Rob.
Well, you were away for a long
I
time,
was
right?
away.
I've been doing comedy 12 years, so.
Yeah, I was away for a long time, so there's a lot of new faces out there that I know about, and I had some medical issues,
Yep.
so I'm better off with faces than names sometimes. I don't
Gotcha.
remember too much stuff sometimes.
Are you loving it?
But I
you
do
loving
love
it?
it. I love, listen, I've been on stage since I'm 4 years old dancing. I love
Can you
it.
make a living at it? You make any money?
I am, but
It's a bad question.
most
Rob, can you make any
comedians,
money?
no, most
Doing what, stand-up?
what I'm saying is I get paid, but not enough to
Live
no,
on.
unless
Yeah.
I get
You
my
couldn't pay your
unless I
mortgage
get
with
my
that.
own sitcom like Roseanne Seinfeld, Tim Allen, or Ray Romano.
Yeah.
It's not happening. I mean, I'd love to be on SNL and do that kind
Well,
of.
maybe
I
you gotta hook up
I
with
love
Rob
I love
Cities,
I
shoot
love doing
movies.
I
We
love
could be
doing
broke together.
I love doing characters. Hey, we could live off
Love. You can live
Live
off
off the
the
love
land.
of
live
being
off the
broke.
land. We can live
The
off
love
the
of
land.
the craft, because it
That's
is a craft.
it's true. It is true. But I think anyone can do it if they have the passion for it. I love being on stage. That's why I say I'm an exhibitionist who keeps the clothes on. I love performing. It's something that I've been doing since I'm
And
little.
you're very good at it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really
Terrific.
do. I
Just
really
And
do.
you have something else in common with Rob. Rob is also on a weight loss journey. Rob, give us a heads
Yeah.
up as to what the
Yeah,
this
give us an
week's
update
toll
for
is.
this week.
Somewhere around 60 pounds.
Woohoo!
I don't get on the
Yeah,
scale
baby.
every day, so I'm not really sure.
Yeah,
but
so
it's-
Rob did gastric sleeve. So just from the beginning, real
So,
quick.
are you the only one up here that hasn't had to lose a
A weight
significant
issue?
amount of weight?
I lost 60.
You
I get-
skinny.
Listen, I'm Italian too. It goes right to my ass. And at the end of the day, I was pregnant.
I wish I had your ass. Really? Come on.
I gained 60 pounds both pregnancies.
Oh, I don't want to hear about being
She
pregnant.
runs and rides a bicycle
I-
for
you know
90
what I mean?
miles at 5 o'clock in the morning.
When
She's
I
not
had my
going to gain
daughter,
weight.
I gained 22 pounds, and I couldn't wait.
didn't
I
gain
couldn't
when
wait.
I was pregnant
I
either.
could not wait for my belly to stick out further than my boobs. So people would say, "Oh, you're pregnant. You're not fat."
Well, listen. At the end of
funny.
the day, it's not one of my struggles. I have other struggles, but
Well,
but
we all have our struggles. We all have
Yeah.
different struggles.
Rob, it's hard getting a word in with three
But
women.
I
Hey,
think-
go. This is like the view on acid. I'm
There
making
you
it
go.
fun.
I like that.
Between the three of us, we've lost over 200 pounds.
Wow.
Between the three of us sitting right here.
We've lost a
So that's
person.
pretty
We've
interesting.
lost a person.
Yeah.
Wow.
We lost a producer.
Wait a second. How much did you lose?
I've lost 76.
You've lost.
60.
And
Around 80, but
So,
I've been
100
I've been creeping up a little.
I just want
I
to tell you,
can't do
between
math
you
in my
two,
head,
you lost
quick.
me. You guys lost me.
just the two of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, my husband at one point when I was losing said to me, "Honey, you've lost a small child."
Well, that's crazy. All right, I think we're just gonna come back with some more chatter on the couch. We'll be right back.
Sounds like a plan.
Wow, that's crazy.
Have you heard? Laura's neighbors save thousands of dollars on their property taxes by using Zap My Tax. But her husband filed with the other property tax grievance company. He'll never make that mistake again. Laura went to zapmytax.com and got the savings she deserved. Zap My Tax, saving Long Islanders money on property taxes for over 25 years. Look for us in your mailbox or call 631-889-5500. Or you can sign online at zapmytax.com.
Hi guys, and everybody drink
Welcome
with us.
back. We're filling up our wine glasses.
Take a
Salud!
sip. Salud, chaluds.
I'm
So,
short a glass.
so here's
So
the
will
deal. Bobby, bring us a glass. We need a glass over here. We can't have a sober guest. So at the end of the day,
Thank you.
anybody who knows me and everybody who knows me knows that I do 150 things before 7 a.m. Trevor, listen up. This is your mother speaking. One of the things I do is I help small businesses. So every show, I'm just trying to give a little tidbit into Little Guys Gal. The reason why my name is Little Guys Gal is because I pride myself on helping small businesses. And when I say small, under 50 employees. So basically, the people that I help are guys that are on a ladder working and they don't have access to a computer or phone and they need just help. So that's where the name came from. I had somebody do some business with me over the last week and I give her a B+. Okay, I'm not going to say who it is. I give her a B+. So my tips for the day for Little Guys Gal are be on time. If you are going to provide a service for someone and you say you're going to be there at a certain
I'm
time,
prompt, so I'm with you on that one.
please be on time. Because it makes a big difference, especially when people are revolving their schedule around you. If you say you're going to be someplace at a certain time, a real business person is going to give you twice to screw that up. You screw it up twice, I'm cutting you out because I don't have time for that. Second thing is, bring what you say you're going to bring. Come prepared. If you say you're gonna show up at a meeting and you're gonna have a certain thing, have it. Whether it be a schedule you were supposed to be preparing,
Whatever it is.
a profit and loss statement, a product that you were gonna be picking up so that we could sample it. Bring what you say you are going to bring, okay? Stand by your word. And the third thing I just wanna leave with Little Guys Gal is show up smiling, even if it's killing you. Because if I'm showing up and I'm struggling through my day and I've got a million things going on and I can put a smile on my face, bitch, you better be smiling too. Because I don't want to hear your nasty mood.
Right.
I'm there to do what I'm doing with you as a project, and we're both showing up prepared, and we're going to smile through it. I don't want tood, and I don't want a negative attitude. And just because you had a bad morning, it's not going to make a crappy afternoon for me.
Right.
So those are my tips from Little Guys Gal for the day. And now we have to go back to the real stuff, which is getting a sip of wine so I don't choke, and talking about, does anybody notice I got Botox?
When did you get it?
Did anybody in the room, first of all, I just want to say this. I'm having surgery.
We have our special.
Wait, I have to take, no, I didn't get it today, but this is the thing. This is how I know my husband doesn't look at me, okay?
We have our special lighting here today.
It takes a few weeks.
The bottom line is I can barely take this wine because I have no muscle left in my lip. No, I mean, my husband's gonna be like, that might come in handy tonight. But at the end of the day, I am getting surgery on my eyes, which we're all talking about. So you were saying
I have my mother's hooded lids.
Yeah, I have them too. It's horrible what's
Oh,
happening.
but listen, this could be a really long conversation.
When did
so
this happen?
it happened.
know.
I
But
hate it.
Gravity just sucks.
But it sucked. Not only does gravity suck, as I'm in the room, I'm in the waiting room to see this plastic surgeon, right? I go in, I'm with all these women, and I'm not gonna lie, they all look alike. They were all blonde.
Yeah, like this?
They were all
Look, like
blonde.
this?
And
Was
like
the
this.
Barbie? Oh, but that's not what you want.
No,
want
but
natural.
no, none of them look bad. They all look good, but they were all blonde. They all look like they haven't eaten in like 3 months. They're living on tuna tartare. Yes, Michelle Faber, I used your line. They're living on tuna tartare, and they move very slowly. And the reason why they move very slowly is because they have no energy. Because they're freaking starving.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you right now, I was there with them. And it was crazy. So I go in and I'm talking about the surgery, and before I know it, I'm getting needles and filler put in my face, and I'm saying to myself, I've actually asked more questions about a pair of running shoes than I asked this guy before he was going to inject me with a solution. I pretty much was just like, okay, well, we might as well just do that too. I mean,
so what do you think made you be so?
I don't know. He wasn't even particularly hot. I mean, he wasn't a bad-looking guy, but he wasn't particularly hot. I just felt very comfortable, Dr. Funt. I mean, he was awesome. But, so anyway, I get this, and it kills me because my husband didn't even know. So, basically, I was like, do you notice? I go, Dave, do you notice anything different about me? He was like, what? I go, I don't know. Do you notice anything? And he's like, turn around. And I was like, you know, that's really nice.
This is how those blondes started, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Started like this, then one day you're gonna be walking in there like a zombie.
Doesn't it take like a week or 10 days or something to actually
I think
settle
so.
in?
I think so.
It's
But I will
not
say-
an immediate.
But listen, I will say this. Not only
Your
did my husband
forehead
not
looks
know
very
it-
smooth.
Yeah,
Yeah, like right here.
yeah. He
Yeah.
did a lot. But I will say this. Just to
Yeah.
get the Botox to lift your eyelids so that you don't have to try to see like this with the reading glasses at 52 years of age, that is the key.
Is lifting this.
Is lifting
here.
the upper eyelids.
Yeah, they have to know what they're doing, because if they inject it in any wrong way, your eye could actually drop.
Yeah, I've
So
heard
you have
all
to
the
make
story.
sure.
You know what? I was like, give it to me, baby, give it to me.
I mean, you look at us, I think for our age, we were really blessed with good genes.
Listen, I
You know,
baked in
being
the sun. I
Italian-
used to
Italian
put
does help.
baby oil on.
I mean,
I did it all.
What is it you
My-
think that's so wrong?
Who, me?
We hate our
Well, do I
eyes.
look better today?
We
What do
have
you
2
think was
minutes
so
left.
wrong?
We have 2 minutes left.
I looked old. And I still look
It's
old.
very
No, I-
unspecific and very,
No, you know what it is? I just think
Are we just never happy with ourselves?
We
That's
have
the bottom
but
line.
we should. We should.
They're not
listen-
gonna let you
listen,
answer me,
How
are
many
they?
of us? How many of us say?
They're not gonna let
how many of
anybody
us say to
answer
our
me.
husbands when you see a woman do am I as big as her? Why don't we do that to ourselves?
Because we're idiots.
Do we
Listen,
really
guys,
say that? No.
Well,
that's
I've
how it
always
goes
liked
around
when
here
the
in the
fat
living
nurses,
room. We
he's really
start
gonna
and
say
it
yes.
ends really quick.
Thanks
We-
for coming by.
we have
We
a
will be
fast
back
hour.
next week, and we have 2 fabulous guests next week. We are going to have a segment on gratitude, and I have a fabulous young singer coming on to debut a new song, and she's awesome. So, see you next week.
Bye, everyone. Have a great week.
Thank you.
Thank you, Teresa.
Thank you,
for being
thank
here.
you.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you. So this is what's confusing. My phone